Hey guys, welcome back. How we all doing? The Shifted Sillage. Well, earlier I recorded a couple of videos about affordable designers. You know what? We all go affordable. We all go to the cheapy rack, and we all find the what's it called? Dupes, right? So, for the most part, these are all dupes. I think there might be a couple of them that may be designer, but they're definitely dupes. They're definitely heavily inspired by, they're the Basic series. You see them at Burlington for $12.99. Anyway, so I'm going to do 3 separate videos. I got like 42 just good, fun fragrances that work in the summer. Some of them are following a lot of the DNA, so I'm not going to repeat a whole lot of bullshit. All right. I'm just going to, for you to keep an eye out, things to look at, all right? We're going to start this off. One of the most popular DNAs out there right now is the YSLY. One of the ones you can snag really quite affordably at your rack stores or discounters is Odyssey Mega. It goes right down that Y EDP kind of profile. It is a little bubblegummy at the top. Very nice scent. I personally prefer the Lattafa Hayaati. However, that one there is a little too sweet for the summertime, so I didn't bring that in. And again, they're both cheap. They're both right around the $20 to $23 mark. So yeah, that's Odyssey Mega. All right, so now, you're talking about bubblegum, you're talking Invictus. So, we have 3 of those type of profiles here real fast. All right. Try to make some room here. I'm talking Hawas Ice. That's probably my number 1 pick out of that type of DNA. It goes along the lines of Invictus Aqua. Nothing screams bubblegum more than the Hawas and Invictus and all that type of stuff. Smells amazing. However, that can be a little pricey, kind of sometimes hard to find. There for a while, it was pushing the $50 market because of all the hype. I think right now you can find it for $35, $40, maybe as much as $45. But you know what you can find really cheap everywhere? These 2 Lattafas. All right, you have Hayaati, which dupes Hawas. And this goes along the lines of Invictus Aqua, which is Hawas, right? So, just so you guys are aware, these both dupe. They're both Lattafas. Now, this is Zanzibar limited edition. Not the regular Zanzibar. The regular Zanzibar smells like shit. All right? And this one here is Lattafa Hayaati. Both of them getting that same set of profile. Hawas is the beast mode one. Zanzibar is probably number 2. Hayaati, those are a good solid 6 hours no matter what. These are great profiles, and they're fun to wear. Alrighty. Well, might as well just keep it going right down that line. All right. And so now you go down the YSL line, you get the YSL, the Absolute, right? Myself Absolute. One of my favorite profiles. Now this is a Nitro Elixir, all right? I just saw it today for $35 at Burlington. This kind of goes in the line of that, right? It's not a one-to-one dupe, so don't get me wrong. It's a little fresher, So to me, you take the YSL, myself, Absolu, you take you take Browse Club New York, and you take Paradigm. They all have a similar scent profile. I'm not saying they're exact, I'm just saying they're similar. They went down the same rabbit hole of white florals. This kind of takes the best of all those worlds and kind of meshes it together. So it is a dupe of Absolute. However, I think it's got some of the Browse Club New York in it. Anyway, one of my favorite profiles. Sweet, aromatic, white florals. It just, just a really nice scent, guys. That's my favorite Nitro at this point in time. And so today when I was out and about, I almost got Aqua. I'm not Aqua, Jesus, I can't speak today, so I apologize. I almost got a Nitro Red Intensely. But you know what's funny about that? That kind of dupes, goes down the line of Hawas and all that. You see, I have plenty of those, so I said no. So I got Nitro White. Not the intense, but the Nitro White. And this one here, it comes across a little bit different, all right? To me, in the opening, it gets close to Hawas. Right? It kind of takes that Nitro Red profile, which is like Hawas bubblegummy. And then it makes a little bit of the Elixir in there. And it gets a nice little vanilla dry down. I really enjoyed this. This is what my scent of the evening was. Lasted about 6 hours. Very nice scent. You know what? It's a great scent. I'm glad I picked it up. Like I said, but he kind of meshes the Elixir, the red kind of together and plays around with it. Definitely worth a pickup. Definitely check it out. If you like those two scent profiles, there you go. All right. So now you want that fresh, fruity sweetness. We have Lattafa Hayaati. All right, this goes down the lines of in between Polo 67 EDT and the EDP. You get more of that performance. It's a little heavier. However, on a little cooler summer day, maybe not the super high heat, this will work. It's got a nice fresh pineapple opening. It stays around a little longer. You get about probably about 7 or 8 hours worth of wear. Really just a great scent. I love Polo 67. So, as I said, Redhead Absolute. I'm looking at snagging that Redhead, what is it, Intensely, whatever, the silver one. But, we're going to go right down the sweetness. Might as well just keep it going. If you saw my designer ones, you'll see that I have Bad Boy. And I told you guys there was a, dupe out there that's worth it, and that's Shiyaaka Shadow. Now, my bottle broke. I dropped it a couple times, unfortunately, going back and forth to work. And you know what? I know it's not a 1-to-1, but damn, it's probably it's close. All right, so I'm going to say it's extremely close. Maybe a little bit better performance, longevity-wise. I tell you what, absolutely beautiful scent. I absolutely love Cobalt, and I love this one. This one actually made me buy Cobalt when I found it on sale. So I like this so much, I bought the Cobalt. Now, it won't be said about the next ones, because the next ones we're talking Blue Talisman DNA. All right, this one's a little sweeter. Some people find it polarizing. Some people don't like a note in it. However, super sweet pear. Love this stuff. I personally prefer Art of Universe over the Turathi Electric. There's other dupes out there. These ones here, though, are right around the $30 mark. And you can find this one out and about in the wilds, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I love that Blue Talisman note profile. However, I don't know if I like it enough to spend the Blue Talisman money on it, all right? I mean, I do like it, but that's expensive shit. If you want Blue Talisman, get a little decant. But, damn, it's getting sweet in here. But it smells amazing. Alrighty. So, one of my favorite designers out there that eventually will end up in my collection at some point in time, when I have stupid money to spend, or I decide to put it on my credit card, is Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusive. All right, I do have a little sample in my cabinet, but yeah, I mean, it's not cheap. It's $2.75 for like a 50 ml. So, however, this here, it takes it and gives it a little fresh spin. This Khadlaj Icon. I do also have the Nocturnal Elixir. That gets a little dark, too dark for the summertime. However, summer evenings, guys, date night, you want something just to step it up a little bit. You want a little bit of leather notes in that deep dry down. I tell you what, this is the way to go. One of my absolute favorites. Like I said, takes a little bit, and the opening's a little bit fresher than L'Exclusive and Nocturnal Elixir, but great pickup. This one here, I think 40-ish range. Probably the most expensive dupe I have is this one here, all right? I think it's down about 70 bucks. And that is Wildcard. Now, you were talking about date nights. Here you go. I mean, this can work all day long. This is a dress-up scent here, all right? This is one something you dress up. Date nights, weddings, that type of scent profile. This one dupes Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. Now, this one here, high quality. I know what? I've smelled a couple of Game of Spades, and to me, they're high quality. So when you pay that price, it better be fucking high quality, right? So, and I think you get them. Some of them maybe might not be such a big gap, but this one here, I think the only other one I've seen is Mesa in Alhambra. Blows it away all day long, kicks the shit out of it. And one doesn't hold a candle to this one, all right? So I'm getting at. But yeah, Wildcard by Game of Spades. Beautiful scent. Alrighty. Next, a couple daily drivers. Actually, before you get to the daily driver one, let's talk about another date night one. This one here is the cooler summer days, and that's Rebel. Now, there's a big conspiracy. It doesn't smell anything like Aventus. Doesn't smell anything like Baccarat. Guys, I think it's a hybrid. What I think it does, I think it dupes Lattafa's K at Alforsan, which I believe was claimed to be a hybrid of Baccarat with some Aventus notes added on, and this just spiced up the Aventus notes. In my personal opinion, I think this is a little woodier. I know some people say they don't get any Baccarat. It's sweet, guys, and that's it's sweet and it's fresh. I tell you what, this is a nice cooler summer day. It works great, and this is a great all-around scent. All right, all year scent. One of the ones that I absolutely love. But the best all-around driver that I brought out today is right here. 9 a.m. dive. You're getting that kind of Blue Day Chanel. It's just a blue fragrance. It's a smorgasbord of blue fragrances. But it's kind of that BDC kind of scent profile. I could have brought out Icon or Iconic from Club de Nuit. I probably should have included it with this. I like the opening a little bit better on this. This one here is a good performer on me. I always forget how great this one smells. But yeah, guys, 9 a.m. dive. It's probably, if not one, it's number 2. I think, depending on my mood that day, these can interchange between my favorite of the line. All right, guys, that is the first part 1. That's the end of part 1. We'll come back here in a little bit, do part 2. Then we'll do a little bit, and then we'll do a part 3, all right? So I got like 42 fragrances I pulled out of my collection just to piss around with fun, fresh, summertime scents. Some go different routes. Some of them are good for the days. Some are good for the nights. But they're all good they all will do well during the summertime, all right? Like I said, some are like Icon, like Khadlaj Icon. It's a little more situational. But hey, there's a situation for it, and I love it. So guess what? I'm including it in the list. But guys, you guys stay safe out there. Keep smelling great, and we'll see you here in a little bit.